Welcome back to another edition of A Slice of Disney's construction update. I decided to start here at DCA today because Bugs Land has said goodbye, and look you guys, it's Stark Industries is moving in. And you can see the wall for the construction is all the way down over there, and it comes all the way over here. So Bugs Land is now officially closed. It is wiped off the Disneyland interactive map on the app, so say goodbye to Bugs Land and hello to Stark Industries. We'll see what the future has to hold there. We'll try to give you more updates as we can with that because it's going to be tough though. There's not a lot of high vantage points to see into that land. Some of you have been asking about the World of Color construction. Well, you can see the scrim is down around the World of Color, but it is all raised up and there's tents out there. Looks like they're still working on it. They got these two poles here and they got a couple more poles up to the top. I'm assuming they're going to do some sort of Halloween show because there's poles there and there are poles right over there also. So I don't know if that's for some special show because World of Color is not opening up. So maybe they're doing something right here in this area for Halloween time. They've been adding stuff every year. Came here to show you Jesse's Critter Carousel. But check it out, you guys. These guys are going to go work on World of Color right now. So they're headed over there. No, Dash is not headed over there. These guys are headed to work on World of Color. Dash is going to go to try to catch Jack Jack. But I came to show you guys Jesse's Critter Carousel over here, and you can see that the painting is going along pretty nicely on the framework there. They got some red and some blues and stuff. No canopy over the top yet. Also, you can see it doesn't look like there's any of the ride stuff components there, so they're probably completely refurbing that whole carousel, like taking it apart. It's a good opportunity for them to really just take it apart and put in new parts and new design and everything. But that's where we're at. We're still looking at sometime in 2019 for this one. The last thing I wanted to show you guys in DCA is the Animation Academy. Ooh, look at that, sun is bright. It is completely under construction, but it is open, you guys. It is open, so on these hot days you can still go inside and check it out. But they got the scrim way up there, really tall. That'd be scary on that scaffolding way up there. But it looks like they're probably just repainting and touching up on the building. Maybe they'll hit some more buildings later on as they go through, what is this, Hollywood Street or whatever you want to call it, Old Town Hollywood. But that's about it for DCA. Now let's head on over to Disneyland and see what's going on over there. And nothing's really changed over here in the Disneyland side as far as on Main Street. You still have the Disneyland Cinema Theater closed. I don't know what they're doing in there. Some major refurbishment going on there. And the Disney Clothiers. Remember, watch out for these ramps, man. On a busy day, you will trip and fall. But I don't know what is going on over there. Watch out for the poop. But Disney Clothiers is also closed down. Something new that I didn't see before was they've completely tarped off the little mini ponds between Adventureland, Frontierland, and the castle. It is completely tarped off, so I'm wondering if they're redoing some piping. You know, sometimes a foul smell would come out of these little guys here, so maybe they're doing something to better circulate the water during the construction of the Tiki Room area there, or who knows what. But I'm so glad they're finally revamping this area. Hopefully it'll get rid of that little stench that tends to come from this area sometimes. And same stuff going on over here by the Tiki Room, still under construction. Hopefully that'll finish sometime this year. They're saying 2018, so that means in a couple of months or in a month that this should be done. But remember, you can still get your Dole Whip, and they have mobile ordering now on the inside line. So mobile order your Dole Whip, pick it up on the inside. Now, I can't really show you much of anything with the Tropical Hideaway, but I know they're making progress in there. Still, this looks the same from out here, but you know, if they're going to open up in 2018, then you know for sure that they're making some serious progress in there. So remember how there used to be big walls that were surrounding this little area right here, and we were wondering were they removing a planter or something? But there's this weird gray box here that I have no idea what this box is here for. Was this used to be a light pole inside of a planter? Maybe, and maybe they're just figuring out what to do with it. But now the Haunted Mansion is open, so we might just jump on there. Nah, I'll save that for another video. So back here on the back side of Star Wars Land, like I said every week, there's really not much to see here. I'm just trying to see when they're going to finish up this rock work down here on this side. It looks like they just still have the netting on there and the scaffolding. They haven't really covered it with the material that they use to cover the rock, this meshwork stuff. And then we'll move on to up top. I'll just give you a quick shot of what is going on at the top up here. Not a whole lot going on over here. You see some construction workers out there just doing whatever they do. I'm going to go across the top. It's about the same, except for they're making some more progress on these pillars back here, because you know they're going to make those look like rocks in the distance. or trees, or black spire trees, petrified trees, or whatever you call this place. Black Spire Mountain or Planet, Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Land, I don't know. We'll call it all these names, I guess. They did put some weird stuff down on the ground over here. It looks like probably wood, plywood or something, to maybe protect the asphalt. You guys let me know what you guys think, why they do that. Or is that to get the dirt off the wheels before it goes into the show building right there? I wonder. Let's head on into the parks and jump on the Mark Twain and see what we can find in there. Alright guys, we have made it aboard the Mark Twain and we are looking at Star Wars Land, Black Spire Forest or Land or Planet, whatever you call it. I just can't get oh, look, right here, right here. Let me go back here. If you look at the left of your screen, just a little bit there, you can see an opening just on the left side of your screen there. You can kind of see where there's a little opening in the rocks. I hope they don't leave that open where you can see through it like that. You can see the metal bars. I'm sure they'll cover it up. They're not done yet. They got to, you know, they'll be able to fix that. Just another shot here of the rocks and the petrified trees. Sorry if it's a little shaky. I'm trying to zoom in really far here. But you can see that real gray one there in the center there. Looks really cool. I'm digging on that right there. I'm thinking they did a really good job. You see here, I'm zooming in on, this is one of the buildings right here. Look at that building. That is really cool. I know it's a little blurry. I'm sorry, you guys, but God, it's going to be so cool walking through Star Wars Land and seeing all these buildings. You can see the little construction worker up there, little. He's probably really big, just little compared to that building. But you can see all the craziness that's going on in there. Sorry for that shakiness there again, but look at that rock work. I'm just so amazed by it. It's just so massive. Look at how they have the antennas on there and stuff, and how they really, it really looks like that's an old building. I don't know how they do it, but they do such an awesome job making those things look like they've been there forever. Like it's not a brand new land. And then you could just see all the antennas coming off of the buildings. I was trying to shoot it through the trees. I really couldn't get a good angle. And then there we go. Let me stop right there. There's that archway I'm obsessed with again. I know, I keep talking about it. I'm just obsessed with it. I don't know why, I just am. Here we go, I'm a little pulled back and I'm going to zoom in because I think I'm obsessed with what's going to be coming up here. I'm trying to find it. Nope, I can't, but look at that massive petrified tree. Is that thing not amazing? Okay, let's start out here with, there I go with that stupid archway again. There's two of them. There's two of them. I tell you, I can't get enough of it. But I really like right here, like look at that big tree on the left. I mean, just the colors, they just come out so good. Oh man, I can't wait to get in there. It's just super exciting and just I mean, it looks massive from this far away. I can't even imagine what it's going to look like when we get up close. So I didn't notice this before, but over here by the Matterhorn, where they serve you the food, they got it closed off over here. They got a lot of fencing up. Is this new? Was this here the last time? I'm not 100% sure, but they definitely got it fenced off. So you can see the Matterhorn is still closed. There's a lot of noises going on behind there. I'm going to try to jump on the monorail to see if I can get myself a glimpse of what they're doing behind the wall, because last time we saw a lot of stuff, but we didn't see a lot of action. So maybe this time we'll see what they're actually tearing up and what they're actually fixing. My guess is they're doing something with the pathways there to try to create more room for the queue line or make it more efficient, as we have Max Pass and Fast Pass and both sides loading and stuff. So we'll see. It was a little chaotic before with single rider and all that stuff going on, but hopefully they'll fix that. Okay, I've jumped on the monorail and I'm going to stop it really quick here. I need you to see this. Look at, they have torn everything up. Look at, all the planners are gone. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a picture of what the last couple weeks ago I did a video, and I'm gonna pop that picture up so you can really see what they're doing here. You can see right there that they used to have planters there with a lot of trees and bushes and stuff, and that's completely gone. And then even if you look closer, there's like half a planter that looks like it's gone here on the whatchamacallit, the new stuff. So this is crazy that they are really redoing the queue line here. You can see they even tore up some of the planter towards the building there where the queue line's under the shade. They even tore up some of that stuff. So they definitely have to be reconfiguring this queue line there. I mean, they're not taking out planters unless they're reconfiguring the queue line to be able to handle the max pass and the single rider and make more walkway room. They have to be. And then we'll take a look at it from the other side here. Now we're on the other side here, and just I want you to see, I mean, it's all gone. Like, all the planters are gone. Like, so they left a fence up though. They left that fence up right there in the middle. Is that gonna stay there? Are they gonna redo that? Is that gonna be what divides the queue line from the regular walkway? Let me know in the comments below what you think. They've also removed a tree. Let me show you, you know what, before we talk about the trees, because they did remove some trees, but let me show you a picture of what it looks like a couple weeks ago. And you can see there's a whole planter there, but that fence is there. That one fence is there, but there's a planter just to the right of that fence that's completely gone. And like I said, they've taken away some of the planter from near the building there. And then if I pop up the couple weeks ago picture again, you can see there's a tree in the bottom right corner there just a little bit. That tree's gone. You know, it's just not there anymore. So they're definitely thinking about crowd control throughout the park and how they can get walkways more open, because I really believe that Star Wars Land is going to have a huge effect on the entire park, and that they need to look at all these little things on how they can better flow the traffic throughout the park to not create this huge congestion that has been happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching the final stop where everyone will be exiting. Please remain seated for the train as comfortable as possible. And the automated doors have safe operation.
So I've made it over here to the parking structure where the new parking structure is being built, and I want to show you guys something that I found interesting, and maybe you will too. But I noticed right here, like, if you look at the bottom floor and the second floor, they look small, and then if you look at the third floor, it looks very tall, very large. And I figured out why. If I scan over here, you come here, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're going on to the 5th floor there. Well, you know how on the current parking structure you have a little mini escalator leading to the big escalator that takes you down to the ground? I'm assuming the mini escalator is going to go from the floor, like let's say 1, 2, 3, the 4th floor onto the 3rd floor, and then you'll take the big escalator, which should be coming out of one of these right here, and take you all the way down to the ground. That's my assumption. Tell me if you think I'm correct or not. I have no idea. But it's basically like here, every other floor you have a mini escalator that takes you down, and there's 6 floors on the current parking structure, but there's only 3 big escalators taking you to the floor. That's because there's 3 mini escalators taking you down a level, so that way you can jump on the big one. Tell me what you guys think about that theory. I think I'm right. Another thing that's up for debate is where's security going to be and where's the boarding of the trams. I do believe now, I used to say I think it was going to be underneath the structure, but I don't think so anymore. I think that this area right here, where that dirt is where they're going to be boarding the trams, and you'll get in line, and then security will be somewhere in this big area here. So you'll go through security, and then you'll get into the lines and board the trams right there. And the trams will be going around that structure over there. As you can see, the little bridgeway right there. Another very interesting thing, you can see they built a pedestrian walkway on the bridge connecting the two parking structures here. Look at, you can see if I zoom in here, you can probably still see it right now. There's a place for cars to go across, and then there's a place right here for people. Now that doesn't look very wide. I don't know if you can fit 2 lanes there. Maybe you can. Maybe it's one-way traffic, and on the back side of the parking structure there's another bridge that looks just like this, that's for cars to go the other way. I'm really curious what they're going to utilize that for, because it looks like now people can cross and cars. Then if you come over here, you can see how they're building the wall, they're building the poles, I should say, right there. So you're going to have a walkway all the way down the side, all the way over to that structure over there where you're going to be boarding or loading down the escalators. And then you'll come down here, and you'll come around, go through security, and then you'll get in line, and you'll board the trams right here. So they are already on the 3rd floor. They've been working on the 3rd floor now for a couple weeks. And the 2nd floor also is still not completely complete. Down way towards the end over there, I'm going to zoom way in over there so you can see that you can go all the way down to the ground floor, the 2nd floor, and the 3rd floor. They are definitely working on this ramp right here. This is the second ramp above the first ramp, which is going to take you, I believe, all the way up to the top floors. So you can see right here, there's a loading area right there where you're going to be, they're building the scaffolding right there. That's pretty cool. But you can see that's where cars will be loading into that floor. And then down there, it's kind of hard to see because of all the scaffolding. There's another opening. Maybe I'll move down the structure. It's that another opening for cars to be able to get into the parking structure. Just another angle of the ramps going onto the parking structure there. As you can see how it's going to go. You can see they have an opening right here for where they will load onto floors, different levels. It's just one singular ramp that will load onto like 3 or 4 floors, probably 3 floors, because then the lower ramp will load on the other 3. But if I scan all the way around here, you'll see it goes all the way down to the ground. And this ramp, if you notice, it doesn't load onto any floors for a while because it's loading onto the higher floors, and the one right below it is the one that's going to be loading onto the lower floors. And way down there, you see that's the second bridge I was talking about that connects both parking structures. And you can see they have the second floor down there, and they're already putting up the beams that go across for the, whatchamacallit, the third floor. But you see there's a guy that walks under the beam right there. Now remember, on these parking structures, the floors aren't very tall. The clearance isn't really that huge. But I'm sure that's a tall guy, and he's walking under. He's still got a few feet clearance until he hits that pole there, or whatever you want to, whatever you call that thing, the form that holds the concrete across. But there is a lot of work going on over here. Let me show you guys what they're doing over here. These guys right here, they're either, looks like they're, well, one guy looks like he's airing something out because I could hear it. And then the other guys are tying the rebar in, and they're probably getting ready to be pouring concrete all the way across that. And then when they pour the concrete, they'll smooth it out and do whatever it is they do. Now look down here, you guys, look down here. You see this guy right here? Look at him. He's driving this thing, carrying rebar, getting it into position so they can tie it up somewhere. I'm really curious if they have a plan used for this alleyway between the parking structures, or does it just turn out that way, that you have this alleyway because, well, you have to have space between the structures. Maybe it's like an emergency lane for emergency vehicles or something. Here you go, one last look at this parking structure here. I never thought I'd be so fascinated with the construction of a parking structure, but I really am. I really like to see how they build it, how they go about doing it, how they start from one side and work their way across, and how they're already like on one, they're on the 3rd level on one side, but only on the ground level way in the corner over there. It's pretty interesting to me. Can't wait to see how this thing loads and exits and all that good stuff. And we'll be right here showing you that as they make progress and as it gets completed. Well, that is it for me today, you guys, with this construction update at Disneyland Resort. I want to thank you guys for joining me here. I want to thank you for subscribing to this channel. Hit that notification bell down there below and just get notified of any time we do a construction video. I want you to remember to always have a little slice of Disney every day, and we'll catch you next time.